said that evolution is not a theory. Evolution is an easily verifiable fact. What's up, everyone? This is a post-vacation good mic work commentary back at you finally. I've been in Chicago for the past 5 or 6 days, and I've been completely out of the loop. However, I have been home now for a day, and I've kind of, gotten an understanding of what I've missed over the weekend, and I did see some of Raw, and caught as much of it as I could. And we're going to talk about a ton of it here. Let's start at the top. Evolution has reformed. How awesome. I kind of mentioned this a few months ago. We all kind of smelled that this might be a possibility. And certainly, I cannot be the only one that does not hate this idea. I love that the group reformed. This is awesome. To me, I have no problem whatsoever with this group reforming. All is forgiven in my eyes. Yes, the WWE fucked up big time. Yes, they were trying to push Batista as a monster babyface in the beginning of the year, even though every single person in every arena that he went to were booing their asses off. But yet, what happened? The WWE actually listened to the fans freaking out, and Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, and Stephanie, for that matter, all did the job for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. They all put him over. I mean, Batista tapped out. He tapped out in the main event, this big returning huge star that it looked like the WWE was going to shove down our throats, tapped the fuck out. The WWE made it right. I'm not pissed anymore. I've got no hard feelings towards Orton, Batista, Triple H, or anything like that, and I'm actually happy that they formed an alliance and are going to be feuding with the Shield. It's like, the old school guys versus the new school guys. How cool. And these are three pretty big badasses. That's a pretty cool stare down between, Evolution and the Shield. That's a clash of factions from different eras, and I think that's completely awesome. Now, before anybody freaks out, don't give me any, they're going to bury the Shield and ruin their careers and all of that, because we saw what they did at WrestleMania 30. They are going to do what's best for the company's future. And the company's future has a lot to do with young bucks like Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. I'm not exactly sure what's going to transpire on Friday night on SmackDown, but it looks as if they have pretty much confirmed the match for Extreme Rules, a 6-man tag between these two factions. And I'm curious how this match is going to go, as a lot of you are, I'm sure. This seems like it's Gorilla Monsoon's famous saying of the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. And I think this could be an epic clash at Extreme Rules. As far as any burying that's going to go on, look, Batista, Orton, and Triple H are huge stars, okay? They're not going to go out there and job on every single pay-per-view. They're going to have to get something. So it's way too early to speculate what kind of finish they're going to do at Extreme Rules, but I'm not going to be the one that's going to freak out if Evolution wins this match. Think about how powerful Evolution was in their day. Think about the reign of terror that they had. Everybody's complaints about Triple H, everybody that says he holds people back and he's selfish and he's a spotlight hog, all of those feelings came back from those days of Evolution. There was a 2 or 3 year span there where I will actually agree with people that said Triple H was put over too much. It seemed like he buried a lot of people in his path, and he was always on top, around that 2002 to 2004 period. But at the same time, he still did what's right. He put over Goldberg, he tapped out to Benoit at WrestleMania 20. It's not like Triple H is all selfish, but I do know that all of these hateful feelings towards Triple H came from that 2 or 3 year time period there, 10 years ago. So I think a lot of this hatred and a lot of these complaints that are read straight out of the I Hate Triple H handbook word for word are dated and 10 years old, and it's time to move on from that. So I don't want to hear any complaining about what could possibly happen. Why don't we just enjoy the feud, enjoy the storyline? I never thought we would see the Shield versus Evolution, did you? When the Shield first got hot a year and a half ago, did you ever think that one day they would have a confrontation with Evolution? I wouldn't have thought that in a million years. To me, it's just cool to see the match, and I hope that it's good. And I don't know how they're going to do it yet, but maybe if Evolution is going to win, because you have to think about it, all those guys look like fools at WrestleMania 30. It seems like they're due for a victory, so maybe this could be the time that one of the members, or two of them, turns. I kind of hope not. I'm enjoying the babyface Shield. I think they are fucking badasses, and I think they are more than capable of standing up to a group like Evolution. And I would love to see this feud continue beyond Extreme Rules, maybe with Evolution getting the victory here, and then the Shield getting the victory in the blow-off, or something like that would be nice. But if they wanted to hotshot the angle and go ahead and break up the Shield now and build Roman Reigns or whoever for SummerSlam, then Extreme Rules could be a really good way to do it, because you have to justify one of these teams losing, and neither one of these teams really could possibly lose clean. I don't think Evolution is going to do the job. After what they did at WrestleMania 30, it seems like they need to win one. And the Shield, I don't want to see them get beat down and lose clean either, because I like to see them remain strong. So that's what makes me think that possibly there could be a turn or a split here, but hey, we got 3 weeks to figure that shit out. Speaking of the Authority and Stephanie, another one of their henchmen, Kane, was completely berated by Stephanie on Raw, and now it looks like yet again they're going to bring back the mask. They can't decide whether this guy needs the mask or not. I'm done being excited about Kane returning to his dark, evil ways and coming back out with the mask. How many times have we seen this? I actually think they're doing it because they need an opponent for Daniel Bryan. Yes, I know Cesaro is out there and other guys and everything, but immediately his immediate feud has been with the authorities. So you would think he kind of needs to face one of those guys, and with Evolution, you know, being caught up in that match with the Shield, that leaves Kane. It looks like Kane versus Daniel Bryan at Extreme Rules. Don't bitch about this. Don't complain. We should be happy. You know what this means? Daniel Bryan's keeping that title for at least another month. With all of these big title contenders and everything going on in the WWE, and with only one world title, I see no point whatsoever on putting the WWE World Heavyweight title on an aging Kane. This is the Daniel Bryan era, and he's going to hold this belt at least, you know, through the beginning of the summer for sure. And how nice was it of the WWE to give Daniel Bryan off for his wedding a week after WrestleMania? Why the hell he and Brie decided to get married, you know, during WrestleMania time, I have no idea. But their wedding looked beautiful. They got married at LeBerge. I actually do business with that resort here in San Diego. They have one here. It is a gorgeous place. It's a gorgeous resort, and I can imagine the one they got married in Arizona is just as beautiful. And how cool is Daniel Bryan? Just see the wedding picture? It looks like he got married in jeans and fucking Chucks. That's awesome. Daniel Bryan's my kind of guy. Congratulations to the newlyweds. I hope you guys have a great honeymoon, and Daniel Bryan, get your ass back because you got a lot of fucking work to do defending those titles. I watched the tribute to the Ultimate Warrior, and I watched a few other things on the show. I thought the tribute was really well done. They did it old school. They had everybody out on the stage, you know, the Warrior, you know, rest in peace sign up on the Tron. They did the video, the 10-bell salute, the whole deal. The entire crowd had Warrior masks. And I thought it was a really, really well done piece. And it's sad, you know, it's been a week now, over a week, and I'm still like just reeling from this news. I mean, you know, I just cannot believe that after all we saw with the Ultimate Warrior in WrestleMania 30 weekend and the promo he cut 2 weeks ago on Raw, you know, that he flies home and drops dead the next day. It's fucking crazy. I feel so bad for his wife and his kids. I just read online a minute ago when I was putting down notes for my commentary that his wife wrote a really nice letter to the fans, you know, several paragraphs long. And it sounds like she is just grieving hard, but she's also very thankful of the outpouring of support that she's gotten from all of the fans and the WWE, you know, really trying to do their best to help out her and her daughters as much as possible, you know, and the Ultimate Warrior has left a young family behind, and that's the saddest part, you know. He's got 2 young girls that now, you know, won't get to see their dad anymore. Imagine how shocking that must have been for them, you know. They're on cloud 9 after that great weekend, you know, just such a big chapter closing, you know, in the life of the Ultimate Warrior, putting all this WWE stuff behind him, making amends with everybody he had heat with, going into the Hall of Fame. Just an amazing, you know, feeling it must have been for him, you know, to go through that. You know, and then here they're just walking to the car, smiling, and Warrior falls and has a heart attack. Unbelievably sad, and, you know, I'm still just shaken by it. You guys know how I felt about the Ultimate Warrior. I wasn't shy about my criticism of him, but I also wasn't shy about admitting that it was so nice to see him come back and be inducted into the Hall of Fame and put all this nonsense behind you. You know, holding grudges for stuff that happened 15 and 20 years ago, you know, to me is pointless, especially when you get to a certain age of your life. And I'm just thrilled that the Ultimate Warrior was able, you know, to, you know, fix a lot of things, you know, before he passed. And, you know, it's just so sad. I hate that he died. I feel horrible about it, you know, and it just gives me this really uneasy feeling. And I just wish nothing but the best for his wife and his daughters and the entire Warrior family. With that being said, however, one can't grieve forever. I think I'm ready to put this Ultimate Warrior stuff behind us. I was so unbelievably shocked by the tragedy that I'm kind of just ready to move on with wrestling, move on with current events, you know, and, you know, just put this latest wrestling death behind us, you know, and understand that life just fucking sucks sometimes. As far as some of the other things I was able to see on Raw, it looks like they're having a #1 contender tournament for the Intercontinental title. This looks like it's going to span several weeks, and the winner will get the title shot at Extreme Rules. It looks like right now the new Paul Heyman guy, Cesaro, might be the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. I guess that would be okay. The only fear that I have is that he's going to turn into Curtis Axel. I think Cesaro is 100 times better than Axel. I think the fans are behind him. They like him, you know, and his alliance with Paul Heyman can only mean good things for him as long as they stick with it and push him for real. I'm sure a lot of people would like to see Cesaro involved in bigger storylines. Don't worry, he will be. I'm sure he will be a top contender in the near future. You know, his alliance with Paul Heyman almost guarantees that. But they just formed the alliance. You got to build Cesaro a little bit. You can't give him the title shot against Daniel Bryan in the very first pay-per-view when they have no history and no feud and no nothing. And I wouldn't even mind seeing him and Swagger, you know, feud a little bit longer, because to see Paul Heyman and Dutch Mantel on opposite sides of the feud gives me a boner. Fuck the two wrestlers, just put those two guys in the ring with mics and have them cut promos on each other. And that might even be a good way to keep the title off of Cesaro. You know, as crazy as it sounds, maybe the Intercontinental title isn't the best thing for Cesaro right now. So if he starts a feud with somebody else, maybe the person that he's going to feud with, like a Swagger, maybe they're going to have a few more matches together. Maybe he costs him the title, or at least costs him a match in the tournament. I know Cesaro's got to face Rob Van Dam next week. That's going to be great. So maybe something can happen in that match. I don't know. But either way, if Cesaro becomes the Intercontinental Champion, that's fine. The title will look great on him. Hopefully they will not just let him flounder in the mid-cards and actually do something with him. And the craziest part of all of it, is he a face? I mean, think about it. Think about what Paul Heyman did with Brock Lesnar. They ended the streak. They shocked the entire wrestling world. There's probably not a bigger way for anybody to get heat than to break the streak and then come out on Raw and brag about it. But yet here Paul Heyman is with Cesaro being cheered, you know, and playing the role of the babyface. Even when they face babyfaces. Isn't Mark Henry a good guy? Cesaro beat him with his finisher on Raw to the delight of the fans. So it seems to me that everybody is on the Cesaro bandwagon, including myself. He's fucking awesome. I'm so happy he's getting his opportunity. And I think this alliance is going to be successful. We also had another confrontation with John Cena and the Wyatts. I told you these guys were going to wrestle at Extreme Rules, and I told you it was going to be a gimmick match. So they have the promo on Raw. The Wyatts are in the ring. John Cena comes out on the stage and just starts cutting a bunch of stupid, corny jokes on the Wyatts. Anybody who hates John Cena and says sometimes his fucking promos are lame and he makes a joke out of everything are right. That's exactly what he did. But you know what? It's part of the storyline. What did Bray Wyatt say back to him? Oh, John, everything's a fucking joke to you. And, you know, he's trying to unleash the hate, unleash the beast out of John Cena. The same thing Kane tried to do 2 years ago. So it's a concept that we've seen before, but still, I'm not against this feud. Bray Wyatt's working with John Cena. He's working with a top star. This must be huge for somebody like him. We never thought Husky Harris was going to amount to shit. They slapped this gimmick on him, and he's playing this character just as well as The Undertaker played his, or just as well as Mick Foley played Mankind. Certain characters, only that particular guy can fill that role, and I think they found that in Bray Wyatt. I can't think of anybody else on the roster, other than maybe his brother, who looks and sounds a lot like him, could possibly pull off a creepy superstar like this. Bray Wyatt does it perfectly. Amazing on the mic, amazing in the ring. Everything he does is amazing. And John Cena got the victory at WrestleMania 30. I wanted to see him lose, but he won. It's time for John Cena to lose one to the Wyatts, and he challenged Bray to a steel cage match, because that way the Wyatts could never get in the ring, because it's a steel cage match. Well, they could climb up the fucking cage and jump over it. They could bring out bolt cutters, cut the padlock, and open the fucking door. There's lots of ways they can get in there. I'm actually surprised they went with a steel cage match and not a Hell in the Cell or an Inferno match or something like that. This is just going to be a straight-up cage match, and I can kind of see a finish where the Wyatts do something really creepy. Maybe some of them come up through the ring. Maybe Rowan or Harper come up under the ring like The Undertaker used to do. Or they somehow get in the cage and completely decimate John Cena. You know, I don't even know if that's going to result in a 3 count on Cena's shoulders. What's the rule with cage matches these days? It seems like they change the rules every time. Is there going to be a referee in there? Can you win by pinfall? Do you have to escape the cage? You know, is there no disqualification? I don't even know how they fucking work. But I think this will be the night where Bray Wyatt gets his victory or something over John Cena. Bray Wyatt doesn't even seem like he wants to win. He doesn't give a shit about winning. Look what he did at WrestleMania 30. Winning the match doesn't seem to be Bray's #1 goal in this feud. His goal is to, you know, show the darker side of John Cena. And John Cena has to fight to stay true to the hustle, loyalty, and respect and all that. Yes, that's a little bit lame, but John Cena, like it or not, has his fan base. His fan base are kids, you know, and they like to see their big superhero, you know, take on these, you know, just huge monsters. And he's able to defeat these big monsters by staying true to himself and true to who he is. Sounds familiar. Sounds a lot like another guy I remember who used to like to train, say his prayers, and take his vitamins. Remember him? And as a matter of fact, I'm calling it right now. John Cena will host WrestleMania 50. I'll bet you anything. But I, for one, hope John Cena loses. Do you hear that, all you Cena haters that think I defend him all the time and I love John Cena? No, I don't. I just am reasonable, that's all. And I was reasonable at WrestleMania 30, knowing that this is going to be a feud that was going to stretch out 2 or 3 pay-per-views. Bray Wyatt's not going to win them all. John Cena's going to have to win somewhere. He won at WrestleMania 30. I would have preferred it if he lost, but I didn't think it was the end of the world as long as Bray Wyatt gets something over on Cena, you know, in the future. I think this match will be the future. I kind of think there's going to be a third. You know, part of me thinks that there will be a third match in this series that will come at the May pay-per-view, whatever the hell that's called. The Wyatts need to win. Bray Wyatt needs to beat John Cena at at Extreme Rules. Somehow, whether it be with help from his family or whatever, Bray Wyatt needs to defeat John Cena. Did you motherfuckers hear what I just said? Bray Wyatt needs to defeat John Cena. I was somehow able to get those words out despite the fact that John Cena's balls and cock are in my mouth right now. And I gotta tell you, I'm rooting for The Shield and Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan. These are the future. These are the guys that I think we all want to see pushed in the next year or two and beyond. So it would only make sense that they gotta beat, some of these established stars, and maybe the tide is turning. I've been saying for a while that John Cena is on the decline. He even mentioned it in his promo on Raw. I thought that was hilarious. He said something like, oh, the last thing I need is another push. I'm sure John Cena will remain somewhere near the top. I'm sure John Cena will probably main event another WrestleMania sometime, but he's not going to be the focal point of the show anymore. Back in 07 and 08 and 09 and 2010, it seemed like the entire wrestling world revolved around this fucking guy. Now it seems like, the WWE is a lot more attractive to somebody like me than it was 4 years ago. So I think we're almost to the point where John Cena complaining and hating is pointless because he's not even in our faces anymore. He's not in the title picture, and he's working with a young guy that he will probably wind up putting over at some point. And I think if Bray Wyatt continues to be successful and he turns out to be one of the biggest stars ever, he will look back to his program with Cena as one of the defining moments in his legacy. So let's all keep our fingers crossed that Bray Wyatt just fucking beats John Cena. That way nobody freaks out. I figured I just need to bring up a couple other tidbits of news. Sting made his first appearance for the WWE on the network. They are doing Warrior Week, I guess, on the network all week long, just paying tribute to him. And Sting did an interview, just talking about a few Ultimate Warrior stories. Of course, he started his career with Warrior, and when they were the Blade Runners, and Sting had a really nice story for him. I have not seen it yet. Everybody commented on it. Oh my God, Sting's in the WWE. It's official. It's official. Guys, this is not a big deal. Sting missed his boat with the WWE years ago. At this point, I'm just interested in seeing Sting come in to be inducted into the Hall of Fame and have his career remembered and have them do a DVD on him and maybe a little bit of promo work on Raw, possibly a match of some kind, but, he's not going to be main eventing WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Shit like that's not going to happen. I don't want to see it. I have no interest in seeing it. I just want to see Sting, under a WWE umbrella. Finally, I've been waiting for this forever. He waited till he's a goddamn senior citizen to do it, but at least he's here, and I think next year at WrestleMania 31, we will most likely see him go into the Hall of Fame. So to me, bringing Sting in just to honor the great career that he's had would be all that somebody like me needs. But I think it's a pretty good sign for all the rumors that have been going around about Sting coming in. To me, it's not even shocking anymore. We knew he was going to come in. He's not affiliated with TNA anymore. I think they even dropped him from their website. All the rumors are going around about Sting coming in. He made the "my favorite number is 31" comment at some interview, a couple of weeks ago at some convention. So you kind of had an idea that he's going to be coming in, and he can do a lot of work for the WWE Network, and that's where we saw him first. His very first appearance under a WWE umbrella was him telling an Ultimate Warrior story. I think that's awesome. Speaking of the Ultimate Warrior one more time, Nancy Grace. Okay, everybody was freaking out. I saw part of the interview. The thing is, I can't watch the whole thing. Her voice, just makes me want to shit nails. I absolutely hate this woman with a passion and always have. I was not surprised whatsoever when people started freaking out, the wrestling fans, saying, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what Nancy Grace is doing to DDP on the show, the way she's desecrating the Ultimate Warrior, and she's so fucking uninformed and she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And she's rude and loud and obnoxious and egotistical. No shit. Have you guys never seen this pig before? I couldn't believe everybody's shock. Every single thing that bitch talks about on her show is completely fucked up. She never does any research at all on the subjects or her guests that she brings on, and she's completely rude and disrespectful. She always has been. It's just wrestling's turn. She's done this to everybody that's ever come on her show, no matter what they're talking about or what story is going on in the news. She has to put her stupid, ridiculous 2 cents in, and she sounds like a moron. News channels and TV stations love to employ controversial people. People don't watch Nancy Grace, and she doesn't get the ratings she does because, people agree with what she's saying. People tune in just to see how fucked up she is. She never has a clue about what's going on. She never knows about the story. She never knows the facts, the details. She does no research, and she's disrespectful as hell to her guests, cutting them off, talking over them. She's on some sort of high horse, some big fucking chair looking down at everybody. I'll tell you what, that chair better be made out of some sort of solid steel because that woman is a fat ape. I swear, part of the reason why she doesn't do any research on her topics is because that would take time away from stuffing her face with food. I already hated this twat a million times more than you could ever hate another human being. There's hardly anybody walking planet Earth that I hate worse than this person. And I hated her way before DDP ever came on the show. This is something I've always known about Nancy Grace. I've seen this bitch and the type of show she runs plenty of times before, and she is a fucking stone cold idiot. And we're not alone. Everybody hates this woman, you know? Just go on YouTube. Just fucking YouTube and search Nancy Grace says stupid shit. You will see countless amounts of videos coming up. Hundreds of them. People have even called into her show just to call her a fucking bitch to her face. I'm serious. Just look it up. You'll find plenty of info. If I ever see Nancy Grace, I swear on my mother's grave that it will be the worst day of her life. And if any of you ever bump into her or see her on the streets, if you choose to stab or shoot her, I promise you I will bail you out of jail and hire you a lawyer. I think that is it for this week. I will be back up here after Raw. Oh, one more thing, by the way. I did notice that TNA decided to put their belt on their bearded guy, too. That's original. I also have written down here on my notes, new logo. I think that's because I read that the WWE will, in fact, be changing their logo to the same one that's on the network. I think we knew that was going to happen. I think Stephanie or Triple H or somebody mentioned at some recent business meeting that they would be changing to that logo sometime at the end of the summer. And also, I want to thank everybody for the good feedback I've been getting on my new channel segment. It does look like people are going to like these DVD and pay-per-view reviews. Between YouTube comments, YouTube messages, Facebook, and Twitter, I've gotten a lot of requests, you know, for future videos. That's great. That means a lot of people want to see this, and I have got an endless list of pay-per-views and DVDs that I can do. My next 2 installments are already in the works. They're probably a good solid week or maybe even 2 away from coming up, but I have begun work on both of them, and we'll have 2 more reviews up for you, you know, in the near future. I will catch you guys next week after Monday Night Raw. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you then. Peace.